Hi and welcome, John Morris Show on a Wednesday. We are glad you are with us wherever you might be tuned in this morning if you're watching live or whatever time of day you may be watching in the archive. But glad you are with us. Brandon McGinnis, Garrett Ross behind the scenes, and we appreciate you joining us here in the TFNB studios on historic Elm Avenue in Waco. Another picture-perfect spring day here in Central Texas. 63 and sunny right now, headed to 78 today. So really, really nice weather here in Waco. Rain is coming, however. And if you look at the forecast, it may rain starting tomorrow for the next 4 or 5 days. But we'll enjoy today. It is great. We are brought to you every day of the week by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. Jerry Hill will join us in a bit. We'll talk all things Baylor athletics with Mr. Jerry Hill, Baylor Insider. So that'll be fun. And there's a lot to talk about, including the Masters. And you think, well, that's not Baylor athletics. Well, it is, because Mr. Johnny Kiefer will be there. Johnny graduated from Baylor just 3 years ago and has just made a huge impact on the professional tour. First the Korn Ferry Tour, now the PGA, and he'll play in the Masters beginning tomorrow. So really, really fun to watch him. One of the, if not the best golfer in Baylor men's golf history. I'll ask Jerry about that, if Johnny Kiefer is clearly the number one. We've had some others that are really good, but the things that he did at Baylor and the things that he's already doing on the Pro Tour, I would say there's not much question. He is the top golfer in Baylor men's golf history. So it'll be fun to watch him on the Masters. I'm not much of a golfer myself, but to Garrett, I love the Masters. How about you? Do you plug in when it's Masters week?
I'll watch it. I'm not a big golfer myself per se, but I will definitely tune into the Masters. I think one of my favorite memories with the Masters goes back to after Hideki Matsuyama won it, and me and you had Jim Nantz on.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I got to ask about that call. Like, how did you come up with that Land of the Rising Sun? That's one of my favorite memories of all time when it comes to the sports and the Masters. But yeah, I'll definitely be tuned in.
That's a good memory.
That is one, Jay.
So that was 2021, right?
Yeah,
right after
that
Jim Nantz.
2021.
Yeah, I had called the national championship for Baylor, and he goes straight to Augusta after that. Yep. Jim doesn't do the basketball anymore, but that's a good memory. That's a good thought.
That was a good one.
That is really good. I'm not a golfer, but people who are, well, like my wife is a good example. Not a huge sports fan, not a huge golf fan at all, but she'll tune into the Masters. I can remember last year coming home and she's got the TV on the Golf Channel. And I said, I didn't know you knew where the Golf Channel was, but Masters Week just hits a little bit different. I've been there one time and it was unbelievable. I think it was 2016, and Doug McNamee was with us at Baylor, and Doug's back now as the athletic director. But Doug set up for he and I and Jim Black and Jeff Miller met us from Nashville, came down and met us there through a Bear Foundation member had offered tickets. And this was the Monday practice round. So the very first day of the week, practice round.
Right, yeah.
Not even the tournament, but it was so good. Just walking the grounds that you'd seen on TV for so long. And it's, oh my gosh, that's Amen Corner in person. And we just sat there and we just camped out there and walked the whole course. But it was just amazing.
That's what I would want to do. I'd want to go and just spend one day, walk the course. I probably wouldn't even attempt to go to the the get a hat or anything. Yeah. The prices are absurd from what I've seen.
They are.
But I would wipe out some egg salad sandwiches and walk the course. I definitely would.
And that's it. You know, they're known for egg salad sandwiches, and their concessions are very reasonably priced. I don't remember what they were.
I think they're like $3 this year from what I saw. I believe it's like $3 a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
It could be like that.
Which you could charge whatever you want, and people would pay it, you know, because you're there. And they sort of do for the shirts and the caps and everything like that. But I think also that's the only place you can buy those, right?
I believe so. There's an issue with people coming and stocking up on that stuff and then taking it to a secondary market that the PGA is trying to get out in front of, but there's really nothing they can do. But yeah, that is like the only place I believe you can get the true Masters
I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. So it's a great experience if you ever have the opportunity. Tickets not easy to come by, but well worth it, I would say. And the thing that I remember, one of the things I remember most was you don't realize how much up and down you're walking, like the undulation of the course overall. I was wearing a Fitbit at the time, and it measured steps, not just steps, but height up and down, you know, and it was so much that day that you didn't even realize because you're on the course, but you're walking up and you're walking down, you're coming back up. So there's a lot of that. And you hear about it's just beautiful. You know, it's just beautiful. It's everything and more that you see on TV for the Masters. So if you ever get a chance, and I'm no expert, I've been one time on a practice round, but I'd love to go back. And it was just a really, really fun experience. So that begins tomorrow. The par 3 tournament is today. Watch for Johnny Kiefer out of Baylor. He'll be there pulling hard for Johnny Kiefer. He's a guy that would not be intimidated one bit by it being the Masters. He just has his game, and he goes out and he plays his game, and for the most part, he plays it really well. All right, what else? Baylor baseball won last night, 5-2 over UT Arlington in Arlington. Good win for the Bears. They've won 7 of their last 9 now. So Baylor playing well, and they will. They were back home last night. They'll pack up tomorrow, head to Cincinnati to play the Cincinnati Bearcats, a 3-game series this weekend. So baseball now 19-13 on the season, and 7-5, I believe it is, in Big 12 play. We had Mitch Thompson on with us on Monday, and said, is this an NCAA tournament team right now? And he said, still work to do, but in really good position. I think their RPI was, 41 after the weekend when they won 2 of 3 from BYU. So in really good position, but they got to keep it going. Never easy in the Big 12, certainly never easy on the road in the Big 12, but that's what's next, going to Cincinnati this weekend. So Baylor baseball played UT Arlington last night. Softball will play there in Arlington today. It's a 4:00 game this afternoon. And Glenn Moore was on with us yesterday, Baylor softball head coach. Their RPI going into the week, so into that Lamar game on Monday night, which they lost 10-8 in 9 innings, was 31, and he said it's now 34, or Matt Roberts updated it for me. He said their RPI is 34. So they're in good shape, but remember 2 weeks ago, and Glenn said this, their RPI was 17. So they need to keep rolling, and they'll play UTA today, and then straight from there they will leave probably either tonight or tomorrow morning. They'll leave for Lawrence, Kansas, and play KU in a 3-game series this weekend for Baylor softball. So that's what's happening, baseball and softball. We'll talk about all of that and all the other sports with Jerry Hill when he joins us bottom of the hour, and we look forward to that, getting Jerry's input on all of those things. This is portal season, which we talked about. It began Tuesday, just yesterday. It began yesterday. And what's the number that I saw of guys? What's the number of guys that are in the portal? This is just men's basketball. Here it is. A tweet that I saw yesterday that caught my eye. It said so this would have come sometime yesterday, first day that the portal was open. There are currently 2,901 players in the men's basketball transfer portal, opened 14 hours ago. 2,901 players with only 5,607 Division I players total. More than half the player pool is now in the portal. Half the guys.
That's insane. Hats off to people who can actually put a roster together, like and keep it. And one of those names that entered this morning that Baylor fans are going to keep an eye on to get a good chuckle is Rob Wright.
I saw that too. I know exactly.
Back into the portal. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and we kind of got word of that during the season.
Oh, you knew it was coming.
And yeah, exactly. You did, but. More power to him.
Hey.
I don't think he's coming back. I don't know.
Money, boo-boo.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back here. He got a ton of money, $3.5 million at BYU for 1 year. So interesting to see where Rob turns out. He had a great season for BYU. But isn't that crazy? Half the Division I players, that number are in the portal. Isn't that wild?
That makes it's fascinating. I don't understand how this is truly sustainable. I understand it's like an arms race at this point, but I think of people like Alex Caravan, right? Like, and I know he's like an anomaly, but you developed, you got better every year. And it's so difficult now. Like when you're bouncing around, it's hard to go into a program, find camaraderie, even learn how to be a good teammate, I think is difficult at this age. And it's also, it's transitioning into the NBA, and you're seeing that product get even worse because the players aren't developed when they get there. So
that's a good
point.
Good
luck to everybody.
Yeah, and it also factors, I think, guys' decisions to go to the NBA, to leave early for the NBA, because sometimes, in the past, it was, well, it's a no-brainer. If you got a shot, you're going to leave for the pros. But now it's not a no-brainer because you could stay in college, develop, still make really good money, and then the following year, your draft stock should be higher. So it's changed in that respect as well. I think of a guy like for Baylor, Tunde Yesufu, projected as a first-round pick, will probably be gone. But Cameron Carr, I think projected still as a second-round pick. Would it be worth it for him to stick around for another year, make really good money, in college, and improve his stock, and then be a sure lock first rounder next year? So I think there are options available now for these guys that really you wouldn't even have thought of in years past. So that'll be fun to watch as they continue. Here is, listen to Jay Billis. Jay's a very smart guy. He's a lawyer. He was on with Rich Eisen yesterday, and the question was about the portal and about, the NIL and everything like that. Here are the thoughts of Jay Billis, courtesy of the Rich Eisen Show.
After the title game. Because the portal in the past, which is an NCAA creation, the portal wasn't thrust upon the NCAA by some court or some law. The NCAA created it. That's their creation. They wanted it. But it used to open a couple of weeks ago. And the theory was, look, there are still teams playing, but the overwhelming majority of teams out there aren't playing. And the players deserve to have some time to process this and get where they want to be too, because they have to have their decisions made so that they can go somewhere else for next year. And these aren't snap decisions that everybody's making. So would it be better if there were more time? Yeah, but the calendar is compressed in a lot of these areas, so there's no perfect solution to this. But to your question of, is this any way to run a business? No, it's not. But again, this is the way the NCAA wants it, because the smart thing to do would be for the NCAA to take away all rules that prohibit schools from paying athletes directly and signing them to contracts like they do their coaches. But they don't want them to be employees. That's why they're on Capitol Hill begging Congress for an antitrust exemption so they can unilaterally impose work conditions on players. So it's almost like they can't have it both ways. And I understand the coaches, but I think the world's tiniest violin is going to be played for, Dusty and Danny, with people going, hey, I'm sorry that you're going to have to take a few extra days to, sort out the portal, and you're not going to be able to spend your $8 million a year on vacation as soon as the rest of us can. But I think everybody will get over it. I always think of the Godfather line of, this is the business we've chosen. Mm-hmm. And this is part of it. And the NCAA has gotten away with their cartel restrictions on players for 5 decades now, actually for 100 years. But when there's been a multi-billion-dollar entertainment industry being run without paying the players, they've had 5 decades now, and they should have figured it out before now. I still think they'll figure it out in the future, but they're spending a lot of time on Capitol Hill on bended knee, asking Congress to please give them what they used to have, which I don't think they're going to get.
It's Jay Billis, very smart, very thoughtful in all of his thoughts and comments there. I thought that was interesting related to the portal and the way things are right now in college basketball and college athletics. All right, we're off and running on a Wednesday. Jerry Hill will join us in a bit. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. John Morris Show brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Central Texas Business Bank, voted by Forbes 2025 Best in State Banks. Congratulations on that. Great honor. Alliance Bank Central Texas values their relationships with their customers and with their communities. They have 7 convenient locations around Central Texas to serve you better. Check them out on the web, also at alliancebanktexas.com. Thanks to Alliance Bank Central Texas. Take a break. Back with more John Morris Show right after this.
Hey, it's Zach Gelb. We're talking NFL and college football. Plus, we have some of the biggest interviews in sports media. You got to check out the Zach Gelb Show right here on 365 Sports, weekdays, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/@ZachGelbShow.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends. Are you looking for top-shelf sports talk about the West Virginia Mountaineers, where you can get objective analysis, but with the passion of a fan? Well, look no further than right here at Couz's Corner. I am Justin Couz Walker, the host of Couz's Corner, and you can find my show on demand over at YouTube. Most shows are uploaded by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out my live post-game reaction shows. My special guest interviews, you can find it all on YouTube at Couz's Corner. Go check it out.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back. We appreciate your being with us this morning. John Morris Show brought to you by the Brazos Landing. Enjoy the quiet atmosphere of the Brazos Landing's French Quarter with its beautiful river views. You can go outside in the Swamp Shack when the weather is like this. Those garage doors are open. It's a great atmosphere there. And coming soon is the porch. We will be live at the Brazos Landing for a special show next Wednesday, 1 week from today, April 15th. We'll do the show here as normal, 9 to 10 a.m., but then a live show from noon to 1, and then Matt Mosley there from 1 to 3. So come join us at the Brazos Landing. You hear me talk about this $12 lunch menu every day and all the great offerings they have. Well, if you haven't sampled them, come join us and sample that $12 lunch menu. We'll be there next Wednesday, the Brazos Landing. You know where it is. It's where I-35 and the Brazos River meet, right across the river from Foster Pavilion, right across the interstate from McLean Stadium. Great location, great menu at the Brazos Landing. We're also brought to you by Waco Foundation Repair. David Maddox and his crew, locally owned and operated. Waco Foundation Repair believes in one principle, that is one family helping another. They provide a full range of foundation repairs. They don't just do the job, they do it right. They're on the web at wacofoundationrepair.com. Give them a call. Check them out on the web. Have them come for a free inspection if you have any concerns, and they know what they're doing. Give them a call at Waco Foundation Repair. All right, Jerry Hill will join us coming up next segment. We look forward to that. In fact, we're going to keep this a short segment since we went a little long in the first one and give plenty of time to talk with Jerry Hill, Baylor Insider, and let's do that right now. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more, including Jerry Hill. John Morris Show will continue from the historic TFNB studios on Elm Avenue. We'll be right back after this.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. football talk, and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Welcome back, John Morris Show on a Wednesday morning. Look who's here, our good friend, and we hope yours, Jerry Hill, in studio with us. Welcome to
Love it. Love the studio.
We love you coming in.
By historic Elm Avenue.
Historic Elm Avenue is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
TFNB Studios. We got Garrett with a camera now on him when we go to Garrett over there. So, man, what could be better? Who has it better than we do?
I can't think of anyone like this.
Nobody.
What a setup, you know? I mean,
that's good. And you and I talking Baylor athletics, so let's do that. Mentioned baseball won last night. That was good. It's UTA week. Baseball beat UTA, and now softball plays up there today.
Yeah, and softball needs to kind of get back on track, John. You know that they've struggled a little bit here lately, particularly that Houston series where you really felt like if not a sweep, you needed to at least win that series, and you lose 2 of 3. That Friday night game that went forever, I think that took a lot out of them. Thankfully they did come back and win Saturday, but they've really got to get back on track because that one kind of set them back a little bit. So I think they need to kind of get back on track. Got a big series coming up this weekend at Kansas.
Yeah, I think they are, and I did the game Monday against Lamar, and they lost that one in extra innings also. They seem like they're dragging a little bit. I don't know what it is. If they're tired, I don't know. It's been a tough schedule.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is exactly, but they lost Carrington Dawson, to that injury. I think that might be a factor also.
Well, and I was listening or seeing some of Glenn's quotes after that game, the Lamar game, I think in particular, was they're losing games that they were winning earlier. And he kind of warned them, like, because they kept coming back and winning, they would get behind and they'd come back. And he kind of, told them then, like, it's going to catch up with you. You can't keep playing like this. And I think that's what's happened somewhat too, is, kind of the odds are switching back the other way or whatever. But they've got to get it turned around somehow. And that was a big blow with Carrington Dawson toward the top of the lineup. And, one of your better hitters, good fielder, all that. So that was a big blow. But I think thankfully they do have some depth this year. A lot of it's young, but they do have some depth this year.
Yeah. So softball at UTA today and then at Kansas this weekend.
Right.
We were talking earlier, the Masters. This is Masters week, which is fun.
Yeah.
And Johnny Kiefer is there, which is great.
Yeah.
You're a good source for this.
Right.
Is he the best golfer in Baylor men's golf history?
And like you said, we were talking about it, and I think when you look just at Baylor, I think he is. Stroke average, all that. Him and Jimmy Walker were pretty close as far as that. He actually broke Jimmy Walker's career scoring average. But then when you add the pro stuff on top of it, and granted, Jimmy's won a major, Jimmy's won more on the PGA Tour. Johnny's just getting started, but I think. And particularly if you just look at the Baylor years, of course, he had 5 instead of 4. But, Johnny had an unbelievable career. And one thing that I don't know that it goes unnoticed, but the fact that he was the 3-time Big 12 academic scholar athlete of the year, 3 times.
That's huge. Yeah.
So, he's not a guy that just came and played golf. He was a good student as well, got his degree and all that. So, I think those would be the two I would put up there. Kyle Jones was another really good one, but yeah, I'd probably put those two up there. Tim Hobby, when he was here,
he played in the Masters. Do you remember that?
John, you're bringing up bad memories, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was when he was at Baylor, and he qualified because he won like the U.S. Pub Links or one of the amateur tournaments to get in.
Right.
I'm at the Waco Trib at that time, and I petitioned to go to the Masters.
As
I mean, Baylor student playing at the Masters. Well, so we were part of the Cox chain.
Oh no!
And Atlanta is right there, so they were like, "No, we can't do that." You know, Atlanta's right there. So all I did was I got him on the phone each day.
Oh man,
not the same as big. I've never been to the Masters, so still a bucket list item. Maybe I'll get that sometime.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to bring that up.
Yeah, no, I thought you knew that story. Yeah, I think you intentionally did.
No,
that.
I did not
Okay,
intentionally.
all right.
But that was pretty cool. I remember that when Tim Hobby was there as a Baylor student, as an amateur playing in the Masters. So we'll watch Johnny Kiefer. That'll be fun this week. I wonder if Mike McGraw is going.
I haven't talked to him. I wonder that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he went. Mike has been to the Masters, you know.
Yes, he has.
He has been a few times, as well as Matt Roberts
from
our staff has been several times.
Right.
So, and you know, Johnny's first off. Johnny's
is he?
his tee time is 6:40 a.m. I guess that's Central, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, 6:40 a.m. First duo off.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
All right, fun to watch that.
Yeah.
Track and field has another home meet coming up. A smaller one comes up on Friday.
Yeah, it's a one-day meet, Baylor Invitational. Last one was the Clyde Hart Classic, a 2-day event, and then we got the Michael Johnson coming up in a couple of weeks. That's the bigger one. This is like 7 teams, I think, John. But you know, TCU's here, Tarleton's here, LSU's here, so there's still some good teams. It's just a smaller meet, and it starts at 10 a.m., ends at 5:20. I like that part. Now that may seem like a full day, but like I remember the Friday of the Clyde Hart, I was out there at like 10:30 and left at 8:30 or 9. Like it's just a long day. So this will be short in comparison. But yeah, hosting the Baylor Invitational this week. Had a good meet at the Texas Relays. The women set a record in the 4x2 relay.
Right.
Molly Haywood won again in the pole vault. So they're rocking and rolling, John. The women, I haven't seen this week, but last week they were ranked 12th in the nation in the first rankings of the spring or in the outdoor season. So,
yeah. How many places can you run a 4x200 relay?
There's not a lot,
right.
You know, and I know there are some, but I was surprised that it even like it is in, you know, the Baylor record books, and it's got even a top 10 list and whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, there are some places that do it, but it's those type of events like relay meets. So yeah, that's Drake Relays is another one.
Makes sense.
In Iowa, they do that quite a bit. So yeah, there's some, but not a lot of them do the 4x2.
All right, acrobatics and tumbling completed a perfect regular season, a win over the other titan in the sport, Oregon, on Monday night, I guess it was. Yeah, I think it was Monday.
It was Monday, yeah.
So undefeated regular season, on to the national championships again.
It's just like, I was trying to think of a comparison, John, and you mentioned John Wooden before. I think that's probably the closest thing, but just, you know, and I know they continue to push themselves. That's the thing. Like, yeah, they're the best and they know they're the best, but they keep, you know, pushing the envelope and trying new things and pushing the sport. So I think that's what kind of keeps them going. You know, they haven't lost I guess last loss would have been maybe 20 or 21.
That's right. Yes.
So I mean, Oregon. It's been a long time, and she's only lost twice since she's been here. And that was both of those to Oregon. So it's an incredible run. Go to nationals later this month in California. So Azusa, I believe. Yeah. So they'll go there in a few weeks and hopefully bring back number 11.
Yeah, it would be number 11.
Yeah.
And number 15 for
15, yes. Good gosh.
That would be national championships.
Yeah.
That would be every national championships that's ever been awarded.
Yeah.
Fee Mulkey has been the coach of that team. 4 at Oregon and now 10 at
And I'm wondering, you know, with the NCAA thing, you know, is this the last I hadn't asked her that, but is this the last NCATA
It is.
championship?
Yes.
Because now it goes to NCAA. I wasn't sure if they would still do both or not, but
it goes to NCAA. And that'll be fine. She says the only difference is it's a blue dot, you know, with NCAA on it. So it'll be fine. And I think we should host next year.
Absolutely.
The first ever NCAA acrobatics and tumbling championship.
We just going to put it in there. I mean, it's already done, right? Like we've signed the contract. We're hosting that.
I think that, but I don't know that.
Yeah, that may not be up to us.
They're making a pitch for it, for sure. So that'll be fun. Here's something interesting that I'll throw out there. Fee is on our coaches show this Thursday, tomorrow night from Rudy's, and it was going to be Casey Maxwell, equestrian coach, and Felicia Mulkey were our two scheduled. Well, Casey's season has come to an end. We had her on 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I gave her the option of bowing out and not doing this show. I said, it's completely your choice. Come if you want to. We'll wrap up your season. She said, well, if that's my choice, I'll back out. And I said, no problem. And I thought I'll plug somebody else in there and then Fee. And the 2, 3, 4 people I've thought about plugging in, it hasn't worked.
Right.
So we may have Felicia Mulkey for the whole hour, which would be great.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You know, I mean, I don't think we've ever done that.
Do you want to do 30 minutes with me?
With you?
As a kind of a lead-in to Felicia?
Thanks. Let me get back to you on that.
Am I the 5th option?
Yes. You're number 5
I'm
on the
number
list.
5, yeah.
But I think an hour with Fee would be great.
She could fill that,
Usually it's 30 minutes with the coaches. And with her, it always goes by so fast. And there's so many unanswered questions or questions we don't get to.
Right.
So it may be an hour with Fee tomorrow night.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
She will fill it, and she won't have any problems filling it.
Now, if she's watching this, she's finding this out for the first time. So I got to check it. I got to check with her and see if it works with her schedule. But that may happen.
Yeah.
All right. What else is going on tennis wise? What's going on in tennis?
Yeah, tennis. The men have a really big match Sunday. They play before that, and I'm trying to remember who they play earlier this week at Tech. But then the big one is TCU on Sunday, 1:00. That'll be a big one because I think they can play for a share of the conference championship.
Ooh, nice.
So that would be big for them. Women's tennis, they play at Colorado on Thursday and then at Tech on Saturday. So like you were talking about UTA week, I guess it's Tech week for for tennis. And then golf, women's golf. Right now, they led going into today is the final round of the Mo. Texas A&M hosts it at the Traditions Club, and the women led going into today. And last time I checked, they were still up, I think, 1 stroke or maybe tied with A&M. So, hopefully they can hold on and win a tournament title. And regardless, it's been a really good week for them.
Yeah, that's terrific. All right. Football spring practice is going on. They were out there yesterday. I couldn't go out yesterday.
Right.
You were there for the interviews with the with Coach Jeremy Modkins and the quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I was honestly, John, I was trying to remember because I couldn't remember exactly when he was at Marlin. And so we chatted for a minute after that and realized, I would have covered him when he was in high school at Marlin. A great player there. So, and he was good. I mean, he was a real good interview. Obviously he's new to the program. It's kind of an interesting deal because it's a smoother transition, I think, because he had been with Paul Gonzalez before, been kind of in that same system. Now, granted, Klanderman has changed things up, but I think for the cornerbacks, the fact that it's almost kind of the same voice, I think that helps them. And there's a lot of new faces there as well, but I think that helped them that, here's a guy that worked with Gonzalez for several years.
Yeah.
So,
What's your sense on Baylor spring football? Are they, getting the stuff done that they need to?
I think so, John. Haven't had a ton of injuries, so that's a good thing, knock on wood. And that's, so they've got, I don't remember how many more practices left. They have 15 altogether. And I think one of the things Coach Modkins said yesterday was, if we're not better on practice 15 than we are right now, then we're not doing the job. But he sees the progress. So I think that's been their big thing is just, getting better every day.
Right.
And I think that's what they're doing out there.
I think practice tomorrow and then a little scrimmage on Saturday.
That's right. Yeah.
Which would be fun. Not open to the public, sorry to say.
Yeah.
But remember the Fan Fest that comes up on April 25th. chance to see football, not a spring game per se, but just their final practice.
Well, and so then you can kind of pair it all together because Michael Johnson meet will be going on. So you can just kind of cross the parking lot.
Well, that's the week.
Go to FanFest. Oh, it is the week. So baseball and softball both in town, right?
Yep.
So that's all. There's always 1 week like that in the spring at least, and that happens to be that week when everybody is in town. This is a little different because just about everybody's out of town this week, except for track hosting that meet, and then tennis playing here on Sunday against TCU. So men's golf goes Monday, and they're going to West Virginia. It's a newer tournament that they're playing in there, with one of the conference teams. So and they've done a lot better, John. They've had a good spring. They're actually above 500 now. So, they're in position where if their ranking was good enough and, they finished strong enough that they could still get an NCAA regional. So hopefully they finish out strong and do that and have a postseason.
Very good.
Yep.
Anything else we need to cover?
Spin the wheel. I'm trying to remember if we have anything else. Did we? I think we did.
Yeah.
And if we left out somebody, I'm sorry. EQ finished up. So I think we've done it all, Joe.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Door is always open to you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Jerry Hill, Baylor Insider. Always great to visit with him, get his thoughts on all things Baylor athletics. Take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up, share some birthdays with you. Any birthdays you want to get on the list?
Say April. What is today?
Today's
April
the
8th?
8th. Yes.
I don't know if I have any.
Okay.
April 26th. Jonathan Hill is coming up.
All right. Well,
so we'll save that.
We'll promote that April 26th.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
Take a break. Back with more right after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco. One of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on a Wednesday, brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. And thanks to Kish's Complete Car Care, family owned and operated. Complete Car Care in Waco has been serving Waco drivers since 1998. Voted #1 auto shop year after year. They're located at 5300 Franklin Avenue. They're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So open right now. Give them a call or just stop in, and they'll take care of your vehicle's needs. They also have that great shuttle service available. You think, well, how am I going to drop my car off if they need to keep it? How am I going to get to work or get back home? Well, Mr. Dale Kent is there, and that's his main job, is he will shuttle you wherever you need to go. And get this, he'll come get you and bring you back when your car is ready. I don't think I'm promising anything that they wouldn't say, but it's a great option to have that shuttle service available there. And just talk baseball with Dale Kent when you're in the car with him, and it'll be a pretty good conversation. So that is Kish's Complete Car Care Center. Call them now for your next vehicle repair. All right, let's share some birthdays with you on this 8th day of April. It is Miss April McAdams' birthday today. Happy birthday to her. She is a teacher at South Bosque Elementary, and one of my grandkids was in her class last year, and it was a wonderful year. It was Truett was in her class there. April is as big a Baylor fan as you're ever going to find. So to have Truett Beard, Ty, and Megan's son in her class was a blessing all the way around for her and for Truett. So happy birthday today to Miss April McAdams. Who else today? Oh, it's Yvette Hellberg's birthday today. I saw she and Philip leaving Little League Park last night. Their son was playing games there. Didn't know it was Yvette's birthday today, but she is the matriarch, let's say, of Hellberg's Barbecue. She and Philip run that place, do a terrific job out there on Highway 6, great new location. So happy birthday to Yvette Hellberg today. And who else? Abel Reyna's birthday. Happy birthday to him. Mike Rizzo's birthday is today. Rob Hipp, good radio man. Happy birthday to Rob. Ashley Ventura's birthday. Ashley worked with us with Baylor Equestrian and has moved on to, we're going to say, greener pastures. Happy birthday to Ashley Ventura. It's Brian Loeb's birthday, former Baylor catcher. Happy birthday to Brian Loeb. And I think that's all that I have. Let me look on another list to make sure.
Yep, that's all I've got today. So happy birthday to all of those folks today on the 8th day of April. Garrett, anybody to add to the birthday list?
I have nobody.
Okay.
Jacob.
All right. Very good. Just don't want to blow past without asking.
I appreciate that.
And as Jerry said, Jonathan Hill's birthday is coming up on April 26th. Maybe we should just mention that every day between now and April 26th. But appreciate Jerry coming in. He mentioned Jimmy Walker as right up there on the list, of all-time great Baylor golfers, and certainly he belongs there. Johnny Kiefer did more during his time at Baylor, but in the pros, Jimmy Walker won the PGA championship. He's won a major. And I was talking about that year that I went to Augusta on a practice round. The beauty of practice rounds is the players are a little bit more relaxed, I'll say, and you don't know a schedule, but you can just kind of watch, either sit at a hole and watch for somebody, to come through, or if you catch them, then you can follow them around. Well, we wanted to see Jimmy Walker when we were there. And again, this was 2016. It was Monday. It was the first practice day. And we watched and we waited and watched and waited. Finally found him, coming up and walked as he teed off on one hole. It might have been one, and then went to the first green. He's walking off the green, headed to the number 2 tee. And we sort of holler at him, "Hey, Jimmy, sick 'em bears." And we think we might get a reaction out of him. And man, it was focus like I don't think he even heard us.
Right.
And we weren't gonna bother him. We weren't gonna follow up any more than that. But that was on the Monday of a practice round, and the first round was Thursday, and he was in that zone practice-wise. Either that or he just wanted to ignore us. But it was pretty eye-opening to see how focused he was on the first practice day.
Man, with the stakes that high, you almost have to get that right. You have to get in your head right there. You have so many people watching. I couldn't imagine the pressure of having like a final putt with all eyes on you. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he was just locked in and ready to go.
He was. He definitely was. So there was no conversation going to be had that day between us and Jimmy Walker, but it was fun to see him there. And we did a cool thing a few years ago with Jimmy when he was playing at the Colonial in Fort Worth. We set up kind of a Q&A with Jimmy, with Coach Mike McGraw, and I moderated that. And it was so good. It was like maybe a Tuesday, and the Colonial started on Thursday, but he was in Fort Worth. But gosh, it was so good. Those two guys talking golf and me staying out of the way. And Jimmy's got this great side interest in astronomy and pictures, of astronomy and history and all that stuff. So he talked about that. But man, it was so good between those two. I've got the audio of that. I need to go back and listen. But really, really fun deal put on by Baylor alumni engagement up in Fort Worth when Jimmy was there to play at the Colonial. So fun thing to think about there. I don't know if Jimmy's in the field here at the Masters. I bet he is. If you win a major, are you always going to get a Masters invitation?
I think you would. To me, if you won, you naturally would get one. I'm not 100% certain.
I know, same. So we'll check on that. We'll know by this time tomorrow. First round coming up tomorrow. Johnny Kiefer first off tomorrow morning at Augusta National. So fun to look at that, watch that, and we'll watch those guys there in Augusta this week. All right, we appreciate your being with us today. Thanks to Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes. Thanks to Jerry Hill, Baylor Insider, for coming in to visit with us. Oh, this will be fun. Let you know tomorrow, Amy Lawrence will be with us, most likely right here in studio. Amy had a great career with ESPN Radio. And a month or so ago, not to name drop, but Mark Kestisher with ESPN Radio, he texted me and he said, "Hey, would you talk or meet with Amy Lawrence? She's moved to Texas. She's looking for opportunities there. I told her you would be a good contact. And I said, Amy Lawrence, absolutely. I'll talk to her. So we talked on the phone, had a great conversation. She lives down in, I want to say around Navasota, but is just looking for other opportunities. And she's going to be in Waco tomorrow. So she texted me about that and said, hey, could we meet in person? And I said, hey, could you be on the show with me? And she said, absolutely, I would love to. So she's going to come in and be here tomorrow, and we'll just pick her brain. She's a Syracuse grad, part of that great broadcasting tradition at Syracuse. You think about all the men who graduated from there, Mike Tirico and Bob Costas and, Sean McDonough and so many others, Matt Park, who's now the voice of the Qs. But for Amy, a female coming out of that Newhouse School of Broadcasting. So there'll be a lot to talk about. She is very knowledgeable about all sports. When we were texting, I said, she said, what do you want to talk about? And I said, you tell me, what do you want to talk about? And I think we'll cover a lot of subjects, including her career path. So that'll be fun tomorrow. If you can join us in the 9 a.m. hour Central Time, Amy Lawrence will be with us. So we'll talk to you then, Lord willing. Have a great day. Enjoy this weather in Central Texas. We appreciate you being with us in the TFNB studios on historic Elm Avenue here in Waco. And thanks, as always, to the Brazos Landing and to Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.